Hello, and welcome to the show where I try on things that don't fit and try to make them fit instead. So this was a very cool shirt that I got, and I love the wash, and yeah, I found it in the thrift shop and just looked cool. And maybe I thought I could fit it, but I couldn't because my views on myself is not always realistic. But I'm going to cut it open as you see here. So cut the sleeves off so it's open down along the sides, and then also cut the sleeves open. You can't really make it into a bigger shirt and not make it noticeable that you've changed it, because you have to have then the exact same color of denim or something. But I'm just gonna use some fabric that I think kind of fits with it, but also contrasts a bit. So I'm gonna make it a feature that I add some extra panels and not worry about it not looking perfect, but just thinking that it's gonna look cool. And I think this really ends up looking so nice. So I simply add a long panel on both sides of the body of the shirt. So just make some long strips of fabric, make sure that they fit, and then I also add a panel to the sleeve part. So for the sleeves here, yeah, I'm stitching down along the sides. So I make sure that this sleeve now becomes a lot wider, a lot more comfy to wear, which is, yeah, what I need, because it's very, very tight. And then stitching it onto the other side of the fabric now. So where I cut the sleeve open, I now have a new tube, a new sleeve tube. So that is my new sleeve, and I'm using an old sheet that I've dyed, and I'm actually using the edge of the sleeve that is already stitched together, or hemmed, I mean. So that's nice and easy. And then it's about the actual body of the shirt. So I'm also adding a long piece of fabric to that, and I'm just doing it here with my serger, because that's a nice way to do it. And you can only see the shirt here, but the fabric is at the back of it. My serger is doing some weird things here, but yeah, it needed to go to the repair guy. So long panel on either side of the shirt, so it gets a bit of extra width on both the front and the back of the shirt. And because I haven't cut it open in the shoulder seams, I'm going to try to then make a new seam of the added fabric at the shoulder. So that's why I'm not stitching all the way up, all the way through, because I just want to make sure that I have like the fabric placed correctly to stitch those long panels together up at the shoulder seam, and then I can put on the last bit. So here you can see I'm just stitching those long panels together, and then I'm stitching the rest of it on. So now it's completely attached to the front and back of the side of the shirt. So that was one side done, and then I have to do the other one as well. But then you have to add the actual sleeve to that new panel that's been added to the side of the shirt. So that is simply like you would add another sleeve, apart from that this sleeve is actually already stitched together. Normally I would stitch a sleeve piece on a body like this, and then stitch the whole thing together afterwards. But of course we have already stitched this sleeve piece together. So I'm going to measure approximately how wide that opening of the sleeve piece is, and yeah, and then I'm going to stitch it together along the sides of the shirt, like from the bottom, and I've marked where I approximately need to stitch to. You can see here the sleeve piece is still inside here, and then I'm going to make, yeah, kind of like a big tube of the sleeve piece and the actual remaining opening of the side of the shirt, and stitch it together almost like a tube. But it would have been easier to not stitch the sleeve piece completely together and just have it as an open sleeve piece and then add that to the side. But here you can see it doesn't look that great from the back perhaps, but now I've got a funky cool shirt that has some details, and the best thing is that now it fits, so I'm super happy. Hope this helps you on how to redo some of your small stuff. Thank you. Bye bye.